TTArtisan makes some funny looking lenses. I already own the 17mm f1.4, but TTArtisan sent me the 35mm f1.4. Does it have the same characteristics as the 17mm? Let's talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Sebastian and welcome to the channel where I talk about Lumix cameras and all things video and audio related. Just like the 17mm f1.4, the 35mm is also a truly budget lens. It comes in at just $89, which I think is a price that just sparks curiosity for trying it out. And that's how I ended up buying the 17mm. So this also is a fully manual lens, no electronic contacts. It is super compact. In fact, it's smaller than the 17mm. Fully metal and comes with a metal screw-on lens cap, which I'm still not really a fan of. It's slow and a bit fiddly. Sure, it doesn't come off in your camera backpack, but I'd still rather have a regular lens cap, to be honest. Just like the 17mm, this one also has an unusual filter thread size, which is actually different from the 17mm. It's 39, so getting the right step-up ring is a necessity. I don't know if filters with this thread size even exist. The aperture ring is a click type ring with a click every half a stop from f1.4 up to f16. The clicks are very soft and smooth and the ring is nicely dampened. The manual focus ring has a focus throw of around, I have to look that up, and feels very good. It's smooth and well dampened. However, if you want to use this lens for video with a follow focus, there isn't really a way to put one of those rubber gear rings on it because of the quirky tapered design. On the upside, it has a close focusing distance of 28 centimeters, so you can get quite close to a subject. Focus breathing on this lens is substantial, like you're doing a heavy crop. It makes focus pulls in video not really an option with this lens. And if we take a look at the sharpness, this 35mm is quite consistent. It's not the sharpest lens overall, but unlike the 17mm, that's very soft in the corners, this one maintains an acceptable sharpness throughout the aperture range in both the center and the corners. Wide open, the chromatic aberration is quite dramatic, just like the 17mm, and it doesn't really get much better when the lens is stopped down. Looking at the bokeh of this lens at f1.4, it looks very pleasing and smooth, at least to my eyes. And unlike the 17mm, the bokeh still looks quite nice as the aperture closes. Stopping down between f8 and f16, we get some nice looking sun stars. At least I quite like the look of them. This lens doesn't suffer as much from flaring as the 17mm, and using multiple step-up rings acts as a sun hood anyway, and basically eliminates any flaring. So the fact that the aperture ring is not declicked is not particularly good for video shooters, but since it's soft and smooth, I think it's usable. The focus ring is a different story though. It is so close to the camera body that I find it really uncomfortable to pull focus with. And coupled with the fact that it has some heavy focus breathing, it's really not a good video lens. But, you know, to put these complaints or flaws in perspective, this lens only costs $89. So keeping that in mind, I think it's a great lens to pick up and play around with. The bokeh looks quite pleasing, is built really well, and has a good close focusing distance. So while the 35 shares some characteristics with the 17mm, it's also different. It performs better at sharpness and flaring. So What do you think about this TTArtisan 35mm f1.4? Let me know in the comments. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe hit that notification bell, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.